What's good, everybody? My name is SbjDon, and I just feel led to share my testimony. So I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana, and the majority of my life at the beginning, I was raised by my dad, and my dad was the type of parent to have high expectations on his kids, and if I didn't reach those expectations or follow like what he wanted from me, he'll call me trash, and he'll pretty much talk down on me and things like that. So that led me to having low self esteem for a minute and being a quiet person, I say. Because I always been like a bubbly person, you know. But he kind of drained that. So around the age of 14, like it got to a point where I was bouncing back and forth from my mom to my dad's house, to my mom to my dad's house. But it got to a certain point in time where I chose my mom like for full time pretty much to go with my mom for the rest of the journey. I was about I'd say 15, 16, and even before that time, like I OD'd and I had to I had to get pretty much revived or whatever they call it, like in the ambulance during my teen years. And after that I pretty much stayed to myself around the age of 18 as I bounced around my mom's house to my aunt's house. Shout out to my aunties. My aunties really like helped out a lot, with my happiness, cause like they took us out places and things like that. So um, shout out to them. Going with my mom, it wasn't the easiest thing. I got siblings too, so it's not just me. I'm the youngest son. You know what I'm saying? But I have a little sister as well. But going with my mom wasn't that easy because the family always had like random reasons. I say from my perspective, like random reasons why we couldn't like be together and things like that, or um just a lot of things that's not really cool to do to someone, or like very harsh actions just because of like money or finance or something like that. So pretty much treating everybody like trash, you know what I'm saying? And of course like everybody was doing their best at what the circumstance was, but myself, after the age of 18, I joined the military. It's right after I graduated, actually. I joined the military, served 4.5 years. In there, attempted to take my life once in the military. And then October 31st of 2025, my phone over here. But October 31st of 2025, let's just say well, for a couple of years, I was dating this woman, and we just didn't work out. And honestly, my view on love has always been crazy. Like I never dated nobody like in person until her. So we try to make it work, and I'm a person that love with all I got, but it just didn't work out. So um after that, and a lot of the times I was in lust, you know what I'm saying, and just seeing situations wrong, you know what I'm saying, and not really having nowhere to go. But October 31st of 2025, I wanted to drink until I got alcohol poisoning, if that was a thing. And the Lord, like, it was like the Lord tapped on my shoulder, and in that room that I would make my music in, I made my album that's coming out in. It was like He tapped my shoulder and just like spread love throughout my body, like I felt it. Like even when I was still in my sin, like the Lord showed me abundant mercy and grace. You know what I'm saying? Like I was sleeping with her and we wasn't married, so even one day, like after we slept together and just laid in the bed, like the love of God still fell upon me. So I was like, dang, like I don't deserve this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying to myself. I don't deserve it, but like when the love fell upon me, I was pouring out love in every direction. So I was like telling her how much I love her, and the love I was feeling. But it wasn't me telling her I love her. It was God telling me how much He loved me and how much He loved her. You know what I'm saying? But it was perceived that as the way that as her thinking. Don't get me wrong, our love will always be there, but as her thinking that I'm saying it, but no, it was actually the Lord telling me that He loves us. Like even like after what we did. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus dying for our sins is like it's very powerful. For our sins is a powerful message because like a lot of people think you gotta earn heaven, but you don't gotta earn heaven. A lot of times if you just follow Jesus, peace falls upon your life. Like I wasn't always like this. I wasn't always SbjDon, I wasn't always saved by Jesus Don. I was just whatever other alias I was going by, you know what I'm saying, rapping about worldly and secular stuff. I wanted to pretty much blow up by any means possible. But then I realized that any means possible, I would be giving up my soul. And what is it for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? You know what I'm saying? Lose himself. So like I just went to church one day. You know what I'm saying? Curiosity led me to church. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to church once, and if I don't like it, then cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go back to what I'm doing. I went to church and just sat in there, man. I started crying like when I left church. I was crying like, dang, it's beautiful. And I went to the church that's like close to where I'm at now, but let's just say later on, I left that church. Like I got baptized at this church over here by my house. But then after that, the Lord led me to 2819, and I've been going ever since. I started as a digital disciple, but now I go in person on Sundays and things like that. So I just want to say that my life has not been easy. I still have distance from my family. I'm still, you know what I'm saying, out here just alone with the Lord for right now. I'm still working on my music. So if I had to say a message to my dad, I forgive you. Um, you gonna get your money that you want. I owe him like $2,000 just for helping me get out the army because I when I got in the army I did my 4.5, but I was in debt because I bought a Mac, which is the desktop version. I bought a Mac and I couldn't pay for it, so it was on my credit on the military star card, if you know what that is. And they told me I couldn't get out the army without, you know what I'm saying, paying that off. So I asked my dad humbly and with humility, and I said I would pay him back, and I did not yet so far, and that's only because I was following the wrong thing that Jesus didn't have for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but I did use $2,000 to buy that to make music. I was still making secular music though. So, now after, so I just say, yeah, Dad, I forgive you. Um, I still love you. I'm gonna love you from a distance though. I do pray that you have happiness and peace in your life. To my mom, I love you too. I say you're cut out for a lot better things if you just trust in the Lord. My aunts, it's a lot of pain in our life. You know what I'm saying? As a whole, like in a family, but if you just give that up, like you tend to find peace way more. And brothers and sisters that I have, I don't know y'all probably don't recognize me no more, and that's okay. I'm following Jesus now by any means, like biblically and scripturally. No more fornication, no more lust, no more doing anything that God doesn't want. I'm being obedient to Christ, for He's my maker and creator, and He knows what's best for me. Um, that's pretty much it though. That's like I'm just following Christ and being obedient now. There's mosquitoes out here.